Hi guys, today's topic is getting control over your mind's chatter. That teeny voice inside your head that never stops talking, yeah, that's the one that I'm talking about. In the book that I am rereading, The Untethered Soul, I probably finished this book about 2 years ago, but using it as a refresher. And as I'm reading it, I thought it would make a good point to film a video about this for anybody who is struggling with that voice inside their head. In the first chapter, it identifies what this voice is and the meaning towards it. So for instance, if you feel like you are constantly having conversations, even arguments inside your mind that seem to never stop going, and you find yourself just sitting in this place of realizing that you are having a full-blown conversation within your head, whether again it's an argument or just a conversation, a thought, an opinion, and you go down a rabbit hole by entertaining this conversation. I, for one, like to call this mindless chatter because to me it's unnecessary, and that's how I identify my voice inside my head. It does have moments where it is rational, but most of the time it's just meaningless thoughts that I've attached to and am now going down a rabbit hole and causing myself a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear. It can even speak self-doubt into you. If you feel like this is you and you're struggling with this, I would recommend this book to you. Again, The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. It helps pinpoint the areas of what it stems from and how you can overcome it. So it all starts by attaching yourself to a thought that comes across your mind. And I want to read just a little clip out of the book just so you can see if this resonates with you. So the very first chapter, the way that it begins, in quotations: "Shoot, I can't remember her name. What is her name? Darn, here she comes. What is it? Sally? Sue? She just told me yesterday. What's the matter with me? This is going to be embarrassing." Another example: "Wasn't I supposed to call Fred? I should have. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot. He's going to be so mad. He may never talk to me again. Maybe I should stop and call him right now. No, I don't want to stop the car right now. What am I doing? I can't go to sleep yet. I forgot to call Fred. I remembered in the car, but I didn't call. And if I don't call now, oh wait, it's too late. I shouldn't call him now. I don't even know why I thought about it. I need to fall asleep. Oh shoot, now I can't fall asleep. I'm not tired anymore, but I have a big day tomorrow, and I have to get up early." That's just a little glimpse. So if you can resonate with that I just read, then that is your mind going into a constant state of thought, and it sends you down this rabbit hole, and it causes you to be extremely anxious. But really, what is the substance of this conversation that you're having with yourself? Is it helping yourself? Is it just causing you to be frantic or worried? Really identify what this voice is telling you, and if it's telling you good things or if it's just mindless chatter that doesn't need to be thought about in this current moment. There is a time where you can have your mind completely free and clear of any type of thought or conversation or argument. The best way to do this is to start by being aware that you are having these conversations when they arise. So take this step back, ask yourself, is this serving me? Is it helping me? Is it necessary? And go from there. So just take this step back and observe. Another good point this book made was to identify this voice and give it a body, give it a face, give it a name, and act like this person is following you around every single day with this constant nagging, this constant arguing, this constant franticness, this sense of anxiety, and label it your roommate. Now, ask yourself, how would you feel if you had a friend in your life that was constantly nagging, that was constantly just saying whatever they thought out loud on a continuous basis, and it never stopped? That is a good way to help you to stop identifying with this voice inside your head, because the moment that you realize that thoughts are just thoughts and you don't need to attach yourself to them, you don't need to entertain every single one and dissect it that comes through your head, because it's just a thought. And sometimes, and most of the time, thoughts aren't facts. They are not the written way of your life. And sometimes if we have a negative perception towards ourselves, it's easy to attach and identify and believe these thoughts, but they're not true. This is where a mindset flip comes into play, and you have to start challenging yourself to overcome this chatter. It can say good things, and even when it says good things, it doesn't always necessarily need to be entertained. Sometimes you just need to be still and just enjoy the moment around you, enjoy the presence, enjoy what is going on, and taking in your surroundings. Because when you're in your mind, you're out of this present moment. So you can't enjoy both. So really ask yourself if this chatter is necessary, and if it's necessary or if it's just mindless. If it's a problem that you are trying to solve and work through it, that is very different. But if it's just causing you to have an argument over a thought that just came across your mind, is that serving you? Does it have a purpose? And for those of us who are very intuitive and feel that we are guided by this voice, you still have to have that discernment to know if it is good for us or if it's not, because we too even just struggle with some form of anxiety from time to time. Zoom out, observe these thoughts and see where they are coming from. Filter them if they are necessary or unnecessary. And the moment that you find yourself going down this rabbit hole, stop it and bring yourself back to center and restart. It's going to be challenging in the beginning because this is a new habit that you're forming rather than the habit prior of allowing yourself to indulge in this conversation or argument. You have to start challenging yourself and being aware of the thoughts that come across your head, and that moment that you catch yourself arguing with yourself, having a conversation with yourself. You have to be able to pull back, observe, and bring yourself back to center and restart. And the more that you do that, the more that you're aware of it, the easier it becomes, and you will get to a flow state of where you no longer have these conversations in your head. You don't have these arguments. It is silence. You think when you need to think, but it's on command and when you want to. So the good news is that anybody that is struggling with this, there is a way to overcome it. Just to summarize the video one more time, you give this voice a body, you give this voice a name, you give this voice a face, and bring it around with you everywhere you go. And when you start to pull it outside of your mind, you start to see how crazy it is. And imagine you had a friend following you around, or even just calling it your roommate inside your head. This is your roommate. How would you feel if you had a roommate that spoke to you this way, that constantly just kept worrying, that was always frantic, that said anything that they thought, and they kept talking to themselves about it? How would you feel? Because that is what's going on in your mind, whether you realize it in that sense or not. And it's not doing you any justice. It doesn't need to be heard all the time. And identify the moments when it does need to be heard, or when it's just unnecessary chatter. Pull yourself back to center, observe, and work from there. Because also realize that this is taking away from your energy and your flow source. You are blocking yourself by not being open and closing yourself off so that you cannot receive what it is that you're trying to receive. You can't receive happiness because you're constantly in your mind stressing over things that haven't even happened yet, probably won't happen, and just an anxiety thought that is spiking your cortisol. Be very mindful of what your brain is telling you, because the more that you're able to control it, the easier it is able to work for you instead of against you. Because if you don't have control over your mind, it is then working against you, and you're constantly feeling like you're in this internal battle with yourself, when you should just work to overcome it and become forces with yourself so that you can move on and do better and to become better. And this is all a part of the journey, and what is blocking you from receiving whatever it is that you want. If you are letting your thoughts and emotions get to you on a constant basis and not having any sort of control on them. Because you might be able to have control on your emotions and thoughts when it comes to other people outside of you, but are you having that same filter when it comes to you and the thoughts that come into your mind? Because it's very easy to be so compassionate for other people, to be respectable of other people, to be kind to other people, but why is it so hard for us to be that towards ourselves? Why is it so hard for us to pour and nourish into ourselves when we are able to do it for others? It shouldn't be that way. And that's an indicator that you need to start looking within and working to to change this internalized image that you have of yourself. And that is when you receive and enter that flow state of energy, so everything around you can come to you. Because again, you don't chase, you attract, but you have to make sure you're right within in order to receive that. That is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, and if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe for more. Bye guys. Mwah.